This is Blues View. Coming up, we analyse the Derby Day disaster at the Molineux. Hello and welcome to Blues View. I'm Paul Bradley and I'm joined in Fort Dunlop Studios by Colin Tatham. Hi Colin.
Hello.
Well, let's get straight on to the defeat at Molineux. Possibly the worst game you've seen under McLeish?
I wrote, I think it was their worst performance in the Premier League under Alex McLeish because of the circumstances. I mean, the Blues were bashed 5-1 by Villa. They were pretty poor that day. There were some games when they were relegated, they just weren't good enough. And the Burnley game from last season was really, really poor. But this one, it is right up there because, as I said, because if you analyse it, Wolves were struggling. They'd lost 5 out of 6. A whole host of their best players were missing as well, and they were there for the taking. And quite simply, the Blues were second best in every department and didn't muster a shot of anger to trouble Wayne Hennessy. So by that token, they're better than that. And so it was their worst performance in the Premier League under the current manager for me.
And was it individuals or a team thing that was the problem?
Combination of both. There was too many players just didn't perform to their usual level. Not picking on people, but Scott Dan had an absolute nightmare. That's probably the worst it was the worst he's played since joining the club. Nothing would go right for Sebastian Larsson. His radar was completely skew-if, and there was just no service to the front. People will criticise the strikers, but there was no creativity there, no drive, no verve. And on the flip side, Alex McLeish did say, give Wolves credit, and I agree with that. They were wholly committed. They were first to everything. They were vibrant, quick, lively, and they got their tactics right. They looked to turn Birmingham down the sides and move the defence about and cause them problems, and they kept them constantly on the back foot. And they got their due reward with the goal just before half-time. But from Blues' perspective, it was a real shocker.
And what is it that's making this away record so poor at the moment? Because Blues are struggling away from St Andrews, aren't they?
Yeah, it's 13, 14 games without a win. They haven't won away since March. It's not as if they're a weak side, they're a poor side that you just turn up and you know you're going to roll them over. They've had some tremendous away results. You just go back a few weeks to Manchester City, but again, you've got to have the personnel, you've got to have people that can unlock games and do a bit of magic for you, have got a bit of pace and drive, and they're not a fast counter-attacking team, we know that. They haven't really got that sort of energy and speed to burn across the ranks, and that is a factor. But they're very good at the old rearguard action, but they're not good at getting one goal then becoming 2 goals. That's something that is been the problem all along in the Premier League, that they're not creative enough and they don't finish off the chances that they do manage to sort of carve out.
And what about personnel? You touched on it just there, and McLeish hinted on it after the game that maybe there will be a bit of activity in the January transfer window.
I think more than maybe, there has got to be. Simple as that. The squad, for me, the depth isn't quite there. They're coming into a whole real tough stretch of games, 2 a week, including the Carling Cup semi-final. And if a few more injuries, they get a few more bodies that go down, they're going to be struggling. And they do need to strengthen certain areas, if only to give the players currently there a bit of a boost, because a few of them are looking a bit leggy. That some of them are the other side of 30 as well, as we know. And they have got to do some business in January. They missed out on targets in the summer, which has hurt them. I keep going on about it, but it's valid. Had they got a Dembele and Zogbia, Pavlyuchenko, Zamora, they wouldn't be in this predicament. But they haven't got those players, so they have to address that issue in January. Pure and simple, no ifs, no buts. It has to be done.
OK, Colin, well, thanks for that today, and thank you for watching. We'll be back on Wednesday with more Blues news and a look ahead to the game against Newcastle.